Let's begin.
All right, let's do it. All right, man. We're in the new digs.
We in a, hey,
Did
man.
you call it CT City?
CT City, baby.
Okay, cool. It's been my first time rapping in this house ever.
First time anybody's rapped in this house.
More like a christening of the home.
Almost.
Almost like saging it for good energy.
It's very sagey.
Okay, well, let's get it. All right, here we go. Look. Look. Dope boy got a clean foe. This is episode 3, yo. Justice League in the mix with it. We some podcast hero. I bring the power to the people.
Okay.
All players ain't equal. I pull up with it, there's an equal. We legendary like the Beatles. I step with it, get a check with it. You gonna give me my respect with it. If not, I'm coming at your neck with it. I shake the room, hit the deck with it. Back in the gene, I'ma flex with it. Building abs and pecs with it. With the bars, I'm the best with it. I'm coming straight up out the west with it. Ask God why I'm blessed with it. I'm just trying to go hard, bro. Competition like Marlboros. Stepping on marble flows. The flow is just like Narcos. Why, nigga? Cause it's hella dope. This the realest shit I ever wrote. Y'all can't see me with a telescope. Back in the day, I was hella broke. These days, I'm doing better though. You can search across the whole world. You never ever find a better flow. Knock it off and just let it go. You ain't never gonna beat me. It's DB and CT. Justice League, make it look easy.
Hey.
Justice League. Yeah. I messed up on a couple of those bars. I messed up on a few of them.
Who would have known, bro?
I think because I'm just a perfectionist. People give me so much credit on these.
They give you so much credit. Well deserved.
But they were there, man. And we are here. I am your boy, Doughboy. Who are you and what is this?
It would be CT. And Just Us League, episode 30, man. Who would have thought?
And this... First of all,
30
pound
episodes.
it. And I just really want to give you your flowers. I've been seeing you give people their flowers on a day-to-day basis, man. And you kind of came and you picked your good friend Doughboy up when I was at my lowest point, man. You called me up. You said, Doughboy, get up off your ass, brother. We're going to put some content together. And I said, me. And so we are here 30 episodes in. And in recognition of that, we've decided to go to a new studio.
Yeah, man. And here's the thing, man. Nothing but love and respect to where we were.
Yes.
I was just...
Oh, you wasn't going to say the name?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Right, let's choose these next couple words carefully. Yeah, man, we got to a fight down the street with somebody that shouldn't be named. Oh, you talking about Kevin?
But hey, we're
You talking about Mike?
we're editing these now, though. You can always fix it in post.
No, this is one shot.
One shot.
Once
nigga.
we record, this is it.
So yeah,
If you'd have stumbled in that rap, boy,
that was just gonna be it. I almost stopped till
been-
let me get it back from the top. I thought you was gonna be like, nah, playboy. But now
Did you
we
fight Ralph? Yeah, trying to keep the name out of it. You fought James? Okay, we fought.
It's always a nigga named James that's in a fight.
Oh my god!
The niggas with James be with the hands.
I fought Kevin Jackson, Russell Davis. We fought James Todd. Like, you said everybody.
Niggas with 2 first names.
Oh, Ricky Bobby. Bro.
But we're back here. We had a great time at the old studio. Nothing but good things to say about them. Sans that one security guard that we never really buried the hatchet with.
We got to tell them about. So here's the interesting thing about the studio that they moved to.
Oh yeah,
Studio they moved to.
It was a new
man.
set of issues. Now, if only the biggest issue would have been a nigga giving us a hard time walking in. Okay.
I would have been fine.
So shout out to the space, and it's all good. They're doing their thing. But now I think sometimes when you do one thing good, you just kind of be like, well, I can do everything. So now they're doing like live events there. It was like techno music from the bottom.
Let's elaborate. So the space that we were in the first time, it was it literally had an office dedicated to recording.
Yes.
Right? They moved to the attic of a place that had a live stand-up stage below it.
Yes.
They did concerts and comedy shows. And the first night there, the power went out real quick. Understandable.
I thought it was because of my bars. You know,
You did
them
shut it
bars.
down.
They shut them bars down.
You
Yeah,
shut it down. Which, forget what I said. His bars shut the whole place down. We had to start from the beginning. And then, towards the end of the show,
All you
I
heard
start
was,
hearing music. I'm like, what's this? They literally had a live show during, and I'm like, okay.
And then the dude just kind of looked at us like, hey, what you mean?
And then, so typically, and those who are members of the Team CT Patreon, you already know you get the episode days early.
Right.
And when we record the show, we typically get it in 2 hours max. You know what I'm saying?
Certain individuals would give it to us a day or so later.
Man.
And act like we was the ones hitting them up. Like, bruh, I'll get it to you in a minute. We pay you, sir.
Yeah, you're employed, fam. I need what we pay you for. And so we're trying to.
Yeah, so we're actually doing a lot of exciting things over here at the Just Us League podcast, and you guys are hearing more about it as we roll it all out. But with the stuff that we were trying to do, we said, hey man, I had a conversation with CT about it. Said, hey man, we're trying to be the independent kings out here, man. So we're gonna have to take this into our hands, and actually this works out better for us because CT and I don't live far from each other.
Down the street, literally
down the street. So now it's like, we were going over the hill to get to the other place.
The people who don't live here. So LA is spread. It's a very big place. Mm-hmm. We live in the valley.
Yeah.
The studio was all the way in the first studio, let's say mid Wilshire area. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the second studio was
a little, yeah. Little sketch.
A little sketchy.
I clutched on the pepper spray, getting out the car a little bit. Like, hey, man. So now it's much easier. Plus, we're both super busy with everything that we be doing. Sometimes he'll get an audition. Sometimes I'll get a gig here and there. So now, even if it's 3:00 in the morning, we could be up, getting the stuff done. We can do it in the comfort of our home, of my bro's home. We don't have to worry about going over on time. It's just,
we can do whatever
and we're literally chilling in CT City, man.
CT City, man.
There's no better places here.
I love this place.
So we are definitely here back, man, and I'm super excited. And we're letting everybody know, if you're watching this right now, if you're watching this on Doughboy's page, if you're watching this on CT's page, fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Go over to my page and give me a follow just because.
Subscribe,
Sheesh. But if you're watching this on the I Am Doughboy TV page, it's something that I need you to know. On September 15th, okay, September 15th, the episodes will no longer be on my page. The full episodes will be on CT's page. The clips, we are going to start coming with clips from the episode, and I'll be chopping up clips from the old episodes. The clips you can find on my page. The full episode will go on his page. It's because we're trying to show the advertisers and different things, different algorithms and things, and it just doesn't make sense to do it from two different platforms. Actually, they don't accept it from several different platforms.
We're trying to make this money, y'all.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody, period. Like, if you support the show, keep supporting the show. We need to grow. We need that bread.
We need that, and we don't want to put you guys in a situation where it's like, so we giving out the content. We work on it every day. All we're asking that you do, and if you're watching this on my page, go into the description box. His page is in there. Just click the link, hit subscribe, hit the notification so you get it every week because we don't want you missing it. And I want to also add this before I keep going on. Make sure you guys are listening on the streaming platforms, the Spotify's, the Apple Plus, the Google Plays. We need them numbers. You understand me? We trying to compete, so we need y'all to do that. Help us help you.
Interestingly, man, like I'll read the comments on like my page and I'll read them on your page, and he would be like, hey man, like if it's on my page, he'd be like, how I find that other guy? And I'm like, the description.
The other guy?
And nobody's had a name. And then you go to Doughboy's page and be like, yeah man, CT was dope, man. How do I follow him? And it's like
niggas.
The description is right there.
Follow both of the pages, and we're gonna be building a lot of different stuff. We're playing with the ideas now that we have a new space of coming to y'all with a bonus episode. So let us know because a lot of the messages and comments that I see is the episodes aren't long enough.
Yep.
And we need more episodes a week. So we're trying to get this to you guys now that we've made this shift. We can probably start getting you guys bonus episodes, but please just keep rocking with us, keep liking the videos, keep sharing it, commenting on that. Oh, and that brings me to my next point. I probably should have started with this new nickname alert.
Listen. The way you go into these nicknames, I want to give you your credit, brother. Is so smooth and effortless. It's beginning to blow my mind.
Come on.
New nickname alert. What is it?
Hustle and Dough.
Why do they call you Hustle and Dough?
Because according to last week's episode, man, it's hard out here for a simp. Come on, man. You see the little bad Terrence Howard impersonation and then that? Yes.
It's hard out here for a simp.
Let's talk about
when you try to pay baby girl's whole rent.
What's wrong with that? She needs a place to stay. Yo, people were tearing me. Most people agreed with you. I found the one or two comments that agreed with me.
Stop. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched last week's episode, watch it.
Do yourself a favor. Go watch it.
It's crazy. Doughboy said some things. And when Doughboy said these things, all over Instagram, all over YouTube, probably Facebook as well. People, definitely on my Facebook page on Facebook, people were going crazy in the comments about what they'd heard us talking about. Not gonna give it away, you gotta watch. And Doughboy calls himself going into the group chat and sending a screenshot of one comment from a guy that agreed with him, right? I said, oh, I didn't know we were playing a screenshot game. Why don't you go find everybody else that disagreed with you? He didn't respond.
We didn't have that much bandwidth in the chat space. Apparently, people were not rocking with how I thought about things. Even women were coming for me like, you are messing it up for the real niggas out there. I'm like, ma'am, you're a grandmother.
Brother.
So apparently,
you're a grandmother. I'm still a real bitch. That's what you mean.
Apparently, nobody was going with me down that dark path.
You had a couple people.
Huh?
You had a couple people.
It was very far few,
That's
between. But yeah, so it is hard out here for a simp. But thank God that the new nickname.
Can you make that a shirt?
It's hard out here for a simp.
Oh my God.
Come on.
It's hard out here because what this does, this is what I learned. So that's what you saw in the comments that a lot of people disagree with.
Maybe I should parody it.
Do it.
Come on, man.
So here's the thing. I learned that simps hate the word simp. And this is what I mean.
They do.
I was reading the comments and every simp, because those are the only ones who get affected by it. The real niggas never get pissed off hearing something that doesn't apply to the real ones. So I start seeing the simpiest defenses for simps.
Simpiest defenses?
I'm a simp because, and it's like, yes. You hate the word simp. I've shouted you out. Now you got to scatter like a roach. They hate it.
I think that what I did was, though, I think I was right because I normally am, but I think I executed the way that I was saying it wrong.
If you notice in the episode, I tried my best to defend your point by saying what I was hoping you were trying to say. And you were like, nah.
Because I didn't need the assistance, man. I wanted to stand on my own sword and die. And die on it.
You be dying on heels, bro.
Hey, man, I have to,
You are a heel dyer. Jeez Louise.
So how has everybody's week been this
You
past
be killing
week?
me with that, everybody's. It is just us.
But what I'm saying it is like there's thousands of people watching it. So like,
you talking to them?
I'm like, it's a conversation. Like, how was everybody's weekend? It's probably a couple loopy motherfuckers out there like, it's pretty good, though, boy.
Thanks for asking.
Thank you for asking. Keep on. They pause and say how they do it, and they keep it going. Yeah. But how's this past week been for you, man?
This week, I'm so glad you asked because that will bring us to our next point.
Okay.
This week has been extremely productive. I got a chance to be in a stream on my Twitch, and you already know it's a party every time we're in there. Family pulled up, and by family I mean the members of Team CT that I haven't seen in a while.
Okay.
We had such an amazing time. Got a little work around the house done, created some content for the people, and today, right before the podcast, I shot a mess of content, and then I got to shoot again in this week to get the rest of it out.
Man, you ain't put me in none of these sketches a long time, man. I'm starting to worry, man. We still friends in real life, man?
Aren't we doing the podcast?
No, man. I want in on everything, man. These streams. I want to be a part of it.
You want in?
Everything, nigga.
That's
you eat oatmeal in the breakfast, nigga. I'll pull it up. Still oats, nigga.
I
ain't saying that because it's been like the third shooting.
The third time.
And we just be talking and you just be like, yeah, man, I'm shooting some stuff. I'm be like, oh,
you know what's funny?
I'm funny too sometimes. From type to type.
From type to type. Tuesday, Wednesday. I love what you just did, and that's how everybody should live their lives. Don't ever assume. Just ask for it. If it's,
yeah, man, put me in some stuff, man. This genius content you're doing, man.
Done deal. I'm shooting this upcoming week. It would be an honor to have you.
I'll be around, man. Hit me up. I'll check my schedule and let you know if I'm available.
There we go. There we go. Hey, Doe, what's up, man? I'm shooting in a couple days. You down? Oh, man. Right. Kiara, she dropped some napkins a week ago.
She dropped some napkins.
I really just be trying to grab napkins, bro. But the next time you do it,
But thank you, man. Thank you, a real nigga.
Hit me, man.
For even asking me. Nah, man, my past week has been eventful.
I didn't even get a chance to ask.
Oh, you ain't finished?
Well, here's your light is on your phone.
Oh, sweet.
So you be asking. Oh my God, if y'all, you be asking questions to get the question asked. Like you be like, "Hey man, how's your day going?" Yeah. So my day, man.
How's your mental health going? Me.
Tell me about
Okay, so no, it's been. I've been going through it, man.
Okay.
I've been going through it.
Wait, do you, in your mind, I want an honest answer. Mm-hmm. When you bring things back to you, mm-hmm. What is going through your mind 9 times out of 10 while the person you're speaking to is speaking?
Hurry up so I can get in on this. Wrap it up. Come on, man. Your things in it. Come on with it.
Jeez, Louise.
But I try to give the I'm interested faces.
The listening faces unmatched.
But it's not. But let me clear that up though, because I don't want to come off as a nigga that don't care. I be caring. I be edging out that I care a little bit more about what I want to say. So I just be here like. My dad used to do stuff like that to me too. He used to be like, "Look at you. You just sitting there waiting for something to say, ain't you?" So as much as I be bashing my dad, maybe I should kind of be like, I kind of was terrible as a kid. He'd be like, "You're just waiting for something to say, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah."
You're a horrible listener.
I'm trying to work on it.
I watched you tell a story. Of Tony. And while you were telling the story of what she said, you sped through like, yeah, that she did. And then blah, blah, blah. And then when it got to me, I was like, does he realize what he does?
Nigga's quick to hit a bop, bop, bop so he can bring it back to him. You know, and such and such. And then when it came back to my part. But no, man, it's been, I don't know, man. Like, you know, you had even called and checked on me yesterday. I just be in
He said I had called him and checked on him. I know people going to listen to this and be like, he didn't call and check on him? He
absolutely called me
out
the blue and checked on me. And, you know, I don't know, man. I just think, you know, August was a really tough month for me. You know what I'm saying? We lost, you know, some very incredible people. You know, rest in peace to Nick Carthon and Serene Baker. Like, that was just tough.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's tough on my birthdays just for whatever reason. So, and then, like, these pants ain't fitting the same way. Like, clothes ain't... The weight, okay. The weight loss thing is officially back. It's official now.
I thought it was official when we started last week's episode because you had made the bet.
Okay, so let's just go by the numbers, by the pound. You see what I'm saying? So when I was at 486, it was just like, nigga, anything less than this is better.
Okay.
So anything less. So first it was just get out of the fours. Mm-hmm. You know? So then boom, we get out of the fours. Then boom, it's like, okay, see if you can get out of the threes. Boom, get out of the threes. Mm-hmm. Get down to 225 was always the goal. Never got, you know, whatever. So then 285 was like the moonlight weight.
Yeah.
That I kind of stayed at.
285.
285. That's just kind of just, you know, we're just living. We're two-stepping at 285, right?
Yeah.
And so even though I had lost a little bit more and got down to like 250, 245 last summer, it wasn't healthy. I was drinking. It was, you know, a mess. So then when I got back to my 285, which was like earlier in the year, mm-hmm. I was like, all right, well, this is back to normal. But got on that scale the other day, man. Back in them 300s.
Hey, man, you know.
About 320.
You could get down from that. That's nothing for you.
Now it's just like, okay.
You're dope.
But then it was like I haven't shopped for any new clothes. Mm-hmm. So now it's like none of the clothes are fit. That's the humble thing. And so it's like,
you don't buy clothes. That's
it's like, okay, either start losing weight or start buying new clothes because you just look stupid now. So now, and it's just that you know, that I just like eating.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, I like eating mass consumptions.
Okay, a little bit wrong with it.
And I don't enjoy working out.
That's honest.
So I don't know how this is going to work out in the end.
Let's back up.
You want to modify our bet? You have any pity for me?
None. Because when you issue the challenge, first of all, you got to understand something, though, boy.
That was the polar talking. Not that bad. I can't be trusted. I didn't take my meds that
That
day.
was bipolar, not that bad. I didn't take my meds that day. Listen, bro. Audience, beloved fans of the show.
I love it.
Listen, when it comes to Doughboy, if nobody else in his life does, I be trying to stall Doughboy out. I don't, man. If he's like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I'm like, all right. Like, I try to not apply pressure to this dude. When you got on that live and you talked to me like that, I said, challenge is on. Let's go. And from that point, I've been watching you. Because before, I stalled you out. I've been watching you. Now, from that Monday, let me tell you, I mean, from that episode that we had,
because we had shot it Sunday, so
yeah, shout out to Tony Chantel. Tony Chantel has thrown you to the wolves. I don't know if you know that. Because what Doughboy went on to do, which you might not know, Doughboy told his lady he could also beat her because he's so mentally strong. He went on to say that they were going to do a water fast.
For 72 hours.
For the weekend, 72 hours. Now, let me tell you something. My wife is the most plant-based chick on the planet. I've done cleanses, I've done fasts, but let me tell you what I will not do. A water fast.
Oh, they're tough.
Brother, where all you can have is water and you're sending your body into shock. And anyway, Doughboy challenged her. As soon as she got challenged, she hits up all his friends, tells them, oh, I want you to know he challenged the right one. Because I locks in, right? I said, uh-oh.
I locks in.
And then she started making vlogs. Incredibly hilarious. Hilarious. The first vlog was about how Doughboy was like, yeah, man, I ain't doing nothing but water. You know what I'm saying? After I finished those 2 Diet Cokes in the refrigerator, it's done. She was like, no, it started just now. And he's like, nah, I'm going to drink the Diet Cokes. She's like, no, you can't drink the Diet Cokes. He's like, yeah, I'm going to drink the Diet Cokes. She goes to the kitchen, takes the Diet Cokes out, pours them in the sink. Doughboy had never moved so fast. Leaving his room, getting to the kitchen to stop her with these Cokes, drinking some of them that were in the sink. She completely schmuttered my guy out. You understand me? So anyway, Doughboy this week was taken out to dinner by our good friend Teddy Ray.
Bruh dropped about 500 on dinner.
Of course.
Took me to Boa. I never been there.
You never been to Boa?
Thought I owed him something. Almost put out. It was that expensive. I was like, seriously? He was like, man, get what you want. I was just like,
Teddy out there making that money. You understand me?
shout out to Teddy Ray. So yes,
Doughboy you had lobster too.
Oh yeah.
He had a massive tomahawk steak. Looked delicious. Everything on the plate.
Oh yeah.
Then
I sniffed the sauce like cocaine.
woo, got it. Then you had a slice of cake. Mm-hmm. I was like, ooh, this looks delicious. A birthday, happy birthday cake. And I sat there as I had just got done drinking a smoothie.
I knocked back a couple of loaves of bread too.
Oh, loaves.
They kept bringing it out. They kept bringing you these little biscuits, but if I equate to how many biscuits I ate, close to a baker's dozen.
Oh,
It was. You ever get bread and like it be hot, and then you put the butter on it and it melts?
oh, come on.
And you was drinking smoothies doing it. Man, you look over here looking slimmer than when I seen you the other day. Sick of it.
Listen, man, because I had gotten so angry that you would talk to me like that. Doughboy was talking to me like I was a prostitute that asked for her money. He was talking. I was like, Doughboy. I said, I had to accept the challenge. So that was your week.
I ate
and then what happened?
And then I started the 48-hour fast on Friday. Friday.
No, it was not 48. It was 72.
It was 72 hours. It's
And
72 hours.
then,
And we
go
started
ahead.
Friday at we started at noon.
Yep.
I made it maybe 11:45 p.m. So I didn't make it a full 12 hours. And I had to have some cheeses. I told her, no, we ain't going to put this in the content.
We're going to put this why is
And then
the
I
camera
came back in, she had
facing
the
me?
camera on me. So, but she ain't no better.
No.
She broke the fast yesterday with In and Out.
Listen,
We're both idiots.
after you broke, It's already like, listen, I've heard what you just said, and to see that you'd enjoyed a delicious steak, said to myself, I'm still gonna keep going, but I will get me a Red Lobster biscuit or two at some point in the next week.
Hey man, but don't sleep though, cause see, this is the thing though. And this, I think I just learned something about what you telling me that. I think when I be telling stuff to people, I'm self-consciously talking to myself when I'm talking to other people. And I want them to do the things that I would do. And then when they do it like you do, I'm happy, but I don't get the benefits because it's not on me.
Let me ask you this.
I've still been eating donuts.
You didn't stop.
No. Them Intimates on the end of the aisle, nigga, the chocolate ones.
The Intimates are fire.
Come on, man. I get intimate with Intimates. It's more uses for that hole than what? Okay, here's the line. That was too.
Here's the line. That was too
Okay, we'll get it back a bit. Whoa,
I'm out of pocket. Oh, I'm sorry. Bro. Okay. So you haven't stopped anything.
No.
I will say this.
I picked up another $1,000 bet from your wife. I was like, what do I look like? The village punk? I ain't finna be that nigga that today, nigga. Like, you ain't just finna slap me in the back of my... I'll lose to you, too, before I accept this. Motherfucker. I'll be on the streets like, oh, whatever.
I'll lose to you, too.
Care. You ain't finna just slap me on the back of my head, nigga.
No, boy. This is what I would say, man.
Food bet on you? No, food bet on David Lucas. No one believes in me.
None of us are... That's why I said everything's separate. It's you and David. It was me and you. BT, well, you said, and then Shantae Wayans trying to get in. Right. And now Tony, apparently.
But she don't even got no weight to lose. She's little.
She got no weight to lose. So here's the thing. I would recommend, instead of making all these declarations, like with the water fast, how about you just go a day and mentally say to yourself, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z. And then you take it day by day, just like you did your sobriety. You didn't make it this far with your sobriety. It's been over a year now.
You know what? And that's funny that you say that, because I said that to Tony. I said, she was like, you're not disciplined enough. And I was like, no, actually I am disciplined, because I've gone, when Wednesday hits, I'll have been 8 months sober of alcohol, 100%.
Congrats.
So thank you. So it's like, I know what to do when to do it. It's just now I gotta, you know.
Was lying for the first 5 months though. Hey man,
feel like I smell hitty on your breath.
No. That was passe.
But nah, man, I'm gonna have to bring this home. But I think if nothing else, it's good. It gets everybody. I think if nothing else, everyone will lose some weight. So that's all good. You know what I'm saying? The money is just an idle motivator.
Dope boy.
But
back to your thing you said earlier. This is what made me laugh. I didn't get to say it. You were like, man, my week been crazy. I was like, man. You have a lot of problems to be light with light eyes. Brother, the world is your oyster.
And this luxurious beard.
That beard is crazy. That beard is crazy.
I had to bring it back out, man, full. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do it.
I'm trying to hide this little extra chin trying to come back. These are strategies. I see this coming back. I was like, hey, man, let it just go ahead and get thick. Because I had the jawline joint before. I was like, hey, man, let that just,
just
let it flare out. You feel me? Until I get back in the 280s.
I got beef with Tony, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Tony, Chantel, I love you, but I got this beef with you.
Uh-oh.
You did this vlog, the first episode of the vlog, that you can watch at Tony Chantel's page on YouTube. She's trying to get to 1,000 followers. Help her get there.
Yes.
Now, you did the vlog. And when you did the vlog, you had the audacity to show Doughboy topless at an unflattering angle. And I don't like that, because I know you know what you did. I'm watching as your friend like, oh, that's...
Just got a skin avalanche going on, and she just go... Got me with a skin avalanche. Damn it, Tony. I be telling her, dude, like, it's that angles. She know, too.
Bro.
And it just be a lot going on.
Bro, it's the way she got you. That wouldn't make anybody look.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
I thank you for speaking up for
Come on, bro.
I was just like, man, you can't fix that in post.
Come on.
It ain't no filters that's going to fix fat.
Because you had offended her, and that's why she did the angle. Like, she was like, she got her camera looking a little rough. But she acknowledged it. She was like, I'm looking a little rough right now, but I'm going to fix that. And you were like, heard that before.
You know how I should be looking at the house sometimes. I'll be like, fam.
and then, that's how you know she was offended. You heard that before. She was like, How much do you weigh?
Exactly. That was just like the same shit that BT did to you years ago. Remember you were telling me?
Oh yeah, BT hit me.
Yeah.
This is like BT was so BT and I. So me and BT, I had killed BT with some joke, right? Everybody's laughing. It's a good time.
Everybody's laughing.
BT was like, "You're gaining weight." And I was like, "What?"
Because they know that's the juggler. Don't nobody want to hear that
Juggler,
shit.
bro.
Side note, shout out to BT Kingsley.
Yes.
So I seen him perform the other day. I was on the same show with him at Shantae's show at the Comedy Chateau.
Chateau, yeah.
Yeah.
Love Shantae Wayans.
Ryan Davis was there. Great performance. BT was there. A couple other people. I'm slipping my mind right now, but great show. Teddy Ray was there. Everybody was there. It was lit. That was literally my first time seeing BT Kingsley perform stand-up live. I want to say in at least maybe 5 years. Because it's just been a long time. You know, like, I don't really be out in the streets like that. And, you know, BT's like really like my mentor in comedy. He's the first person to tell me I was funny. He introduced me to you, like all the stuff.
Oh, good point.
BT is one of the few comedians that I can say he was literally born to be a comedian. Like, and I told him, like, when I was looking at him on stage, I was like, bro, you're one of those, like, everybody usually has a gear that they do. Like, some people like Tony Roberts are super hyper from beginning to end. Some people are really stoic and slow, like a Teddy Ray. Some people are like a mid, like a hybrid, like you can kind of do both. But like with BT, like, I feel like he is just can excel at any gear. Like, he can go super fast, give you energy. He can slow it down. He can hit you with. I was just like,
bro. Every time I get asked, because they ask a lot, where people are like, "Yo, who are your favorite comedians?" And they expect you to say Pryor or somebody. I'll be like, "Oh man, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Corey Holcomb, love Monique, BT Kingsley," and then before I even get to number 6, they're like, "Who? What? No. We're saying like your favorite comedians, not like your friends or up and comers." I'm like, first of all, he's not an up and comer.
Not at all.
He's been doing comedy. If I've been doing it 16, I think he's been doing it 17 or 18, and he's brilliant. Jeez. Like, the way he writes a bit and hits you with the punchline, and the creativity in his choice of bits is crazy. And he's just really good, man. Like, I watch BT Kingsley even if I'm not on the show. He's great.
Is just, man, it had been so long since I seen him, and it was just amazing to watch him work. So shout out to him and the good things that he's doing.
He's incredible.
And just so we know, so the audience, so to put one last button on our weight loss challenge, the official challenge is that you and I are going until Thanksgiving. And we're going off of taking a picture of our weight. You already took a picture of yours. I'm going to take a picture of mine tomorrow morning. And whoever loses the most weight, period, wins the bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and I know a lot of people, here's the thing that you got to realize. And this is not putting Doughboy or anybody down. The comments will read, well, Dough's going to lose the most weight the fastest because of whatever mass or something like that. But you got to understand something. Water weight only goes to a certain amount. And after that amount, that's where the real kicks in. And
that's where the rubber meets the road.
Literally. And when I said to Doughboy is already at his goal weight. And I won't say the rest, but it's like, but you're already there. So it's like, if you do that, you're there.
I think if nothing else, we're gonna both be healthier by the time, whatchamacallit comes. And the money, we'll just, we'll have fun with it and
we'll have fun with it?
Yeah. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna take the money. I'm gonna take your wife's money too. So it's gonna be
her money has nothing to do with mine. I didn't even know why she said something.
So let's go into this. So before we even look into the docket, let's because we know what's typically on there, but let's talk about this first, because this is kind of what's been going on all weekend. So the Kanye album is out.
Can I get it on iTunes?
Huh?
Can I get it on iTunes?
You can get it on iTunes. You can get it everywhere now, right? So it came out like midnight this morning, whatever. It's been a real strange thing with Kanye. Like, he's been doing these stadium listening parties.
Yeah.
The lineups have been changing on the songs. We've never seen anything like this before. So shout out to him for doing something. Apparently, people say he's made like upwards of $10 million on just doing these stadiums. They're not, whatever he's doing, selling all the merch, whatever. Then the thing kind of gets back reignited with him and Drake. He drops Drake's address on, it's like, okay, now you're starting to do that weird stuff. And so then when Drake announced that his album is coming out on September 3rd, which is this coming Friday. And so he said he announced it on SportsCenter like in a kind of cool way. And so then Kanye announced that he was going to drop on September 3rd because everybody's been trying to hype up them to go, versus each other. But the album came out today, and apparently Kanye is upset. He said that Def Jam dropped it, Universal dropped it without his permission, and at first they had dropped it without the Baby's verse on the song called JL2, but then they cleared that up. They got it clear, so now it's been re-uploaded and the song's there. So what is your thought overall on just this rollout and how it's happened, and what are your expectations for the album?
My expectations for the album, man, one, ever since I've heard The College Dropout, changed my life. Her Late Registration changed my life. When I heard Graduation, blew my mind to another planet. Same with all of his albums before Life of Pablo. And then I had to become a realist and say, I can't just download an album just because my favorite artist had won me over years before.
Right.
I need to be wowed. You know what I mean? Now you've taken me back to square one, because the last time I trusted you, the songs were 2 minutes or a minute.
You're screaming on them.
You know what I mean? And then when for me, sonically, I love a great beat. So once I feel like this is the beat for the first 2 minutes, and now I feel like, oh, the song's really about to start because the beat is about to change, and I want to stay in that beat and that rhythm. You stop the song. So once that happened, I said, okay, I'm gonna have to listen to each song to see if I want to download this album, because now you
playing with us.
You playing with me.
Right.
So my thought is, I hope it's a great album. My second thought is, with him and Drake, Drake's a good dude. I love his music. He's amazing. He has been this generation's it guy. So I know his album's gonna be fire, and he's gonna give us songs that are long enough. But with this album for Kanye, because it's dedicated to his mother's namesake.
Right.
I feel like that's why he took the extra time, and I hope that it's the best album he's ever made.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. From what I've heard, and I haven't heard any of the album yet, because I'm one of them old school purists. Like, I like to sit down and listen to a piece of work like it was meant to be. Like, I want to hear it from the beginning to the end. Back in the day, I used to read the credits. Like, that's the type of person that I am. What I've been hearing from people in their review, like the early response to it, is that it's not good. People are saying it's not good. People are saying that it's essentially a gospel album. And that's just...
His last gospel album was dope.
Yeah, so it's like, and then it's like, I think that all the extra stuff just convolutes his greatness sometimes. It's like the whole thing with Drake, bro, like, it's at this point getting weird. Like, what is it? Like, y'all are both... You're a billionaire, apparently. Drake is probably going to be there within the next 3 to 5 years if he plays his cards right. You guys are both going to go down on everybody's Mount Rushmore. You guys are both like icons. Like, this whole thing between the two of you just looks weird, but it just always looks it. So either Drake is really good at making Kanye look stupid, or Kanye is just, it's like, bro, you're 40 something. Why are you still worried about a guy that's 10, 12 years younger than you? Bro,
age has nothing to do with
it. But what is it? Like, I think that him doing all of this stuff, because what they're saying is that he kept pushing his album back because he wanted to compete with Drake. But what he doesn't understand is Universal is looking at this for the bag. And Universal, Def Jam is under Universal, as is Cash Money. So they're in the building like, well, nigga, we're not finna play ourselves. Nigga, we finna put this album out. And Drake is there. Drake probably got enough pull in that building where he could go, nigga, I don't want his album coming out the same day as mine. So I just feel like all of those other things, especially the fact that, bro, you made this album and you're dedicating it to your mom. Like, I just wish that it could have just came out and we could have just judged the piece of work as, this is your album that you dedicated to your mom, and let's listen to it. Not all these other variables that I think are...
I'll tell you what, and this is not my mother, Lord rest her soul. I know they were extremely close just off of what we've seen. And as somebody who's extremely close to his mother, I'll tell you this, man. If this album isn't fire, I'm personally dedicating Graduation to his mama. Because that album was masterful.
Because that has to be a lot for people to be saying that it's not good, and you're calling it a gospel album named after his mother, and people are still like, nah, fam.
Nah, fam.
First of all, Nick, do you feel like we're living in too much? I mean, because the album just dropped. It hasn't even been 24 hours. Do you think we live in a microwave society too much to where people are like, how can you even say you like it?
Exactly.
It just came out.
And here's the thing. I'm always weary of people's opinions when they say something that is art is good or bad. Like when people go to a movie, I used to listen to people's opinions on movies. Like they'd be like, man, that movie trash. And I'd be like, oh man, I was going to see it. And they'd be like, you know what? I still get the tickets. I'm going to go see it. And I'm like, this movie is brilliant. It's like, why did I listen to that person? You got to make your own decisions. And there are so many people that follow the opinions of random people and not realizing that your taste is different. I'm not going to take the opinion of somebody who likes Good and Plenty's compared to Skittles.
Who is friends with niggas that like Good and Plenty? I ain't never heard a nigga say he had a hankering for Good and Plenty.
Man, I want some Good Plenty.
That's a disgusting candy.
Brother, let me tell you something. First,
why do they still sell them?
Let's watch the N-word so we can stay monetized. Two, let me tell you, I remember being like 4 and my grandma, what I thought were Mike and Ike's. I was like, ooh, because I don't know.
Thanks,
why.
Nana.
I tasted it and I was like, yeah. I was like, I thought these were Mike and Ike's. And it said Good and Plenty. So I said, never again.
They ain't good, but it's always plenty.
It's always plenty. It's a lot of, boy.
Let me ask you this. So, because I feel like Ye and Drake are at similar spaces in their career. To where you could argue to say that their best albums are probably behind them. And that's no shade to them.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, do you really, the college dropout, like, good luck in trying to top that. Like, Drake's So Far Gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not a shade to them. That's just saying those classics are so high up in the rafters. That's like saying Jay-Z's going to make another Reasonable Doubt. Like, I'm just saying they already have classics.
Or
Blueprint. It's going to be hard. Yeah, it's going to be hard to top those classics. But you got Drake, who's mid-30s now, or approaching mid-30s. He's spent, he lived the life, spent the money, he had the girls, whatever. Somebody like Kanye in his mid-40s, spent the life, had the money, but also got the wife, kids, all those other things.
I don't know how many children he has.
You said what?
I said he has a wife, and the wife and the 3 children, or 4.
4 kids, yeah.
Right, 4.
Yeah. And he's worked with the best of the best. So now these are like just legacy albums. Whose album do you think, with everything building up to this, and let me set the stage for you. So with Kanye, he's been very open with his mental health. Different things of him running for president. Very public breakup.
He ran for president.
Ran for president. You know what I'm saying? Those are people who voted for him.
He ran.
He ran. So, recently had a divorce with his wife, and were looking like they might be having a reconciliation.
Oh, that's good.
Him falling out, with Jay-Z, and then getting back, with Jay-Z.
Watch the Throne 2 coming, baby.
So all of those things in that show. Then you got somebody like Drake, that's coming off of a beef, and you can argue about what happened between him and Pusha, breaking all the Billboard records, being outed about his kid, and then coming back, all these different things, all things considered. And we haven't heard a Drake album in 3 years, and this is long for Drake. Drake usually be dropping every year. Who do you think is going to deliver us the best album?
You know why you can't even say who, because you just made 2 valid points. One, with Drake, I love Drake. Drake probably saw to himself like, yo, I'm making too many. I need to live my life to where I can still create. And then he probably sat down and lived some life. He's a different person than he was 3.5 years ago when he made the album. And now he's ready to show you where he is in his life now. Kanye West is a musical genius. He's proven it. Before Watch the Throne came out, I was like, there's no way Kanye can top this album and that album.
What was
He's
the
gotta
album
be
he did right before that? Was it My Dark
Beautiful Twisted Fantasy?
That album.
I said there's no way that anything is gonna be beating this album. And not saying Watch the Throne did, but it was so powerful. I'm like, oh man, these are all, in my eyes, everything after Graduation was a legacy album. Because he had already set the bar. Because he changed the way music sounded with those first 3 albums. People immediately went from wearing jerseys to polos and blazers after the College Dropout. People immediately started rapping more consciously after Late Registration on a larger scale, not just, independents have always done that. And then after Graduation, it was like, oh man, we back to flossing, but we're flossing casually, right? And then
808 with Heartbreaks brought in the emo rap era.
come on, man, it brought in the emo rap era, and it was something that, of course, was inspired by, you can't have a love lockdown without having the love below,
Right.
which inspired a generation. But so to say, both of them have great cases, but I'm telling you, man, I'm always going to go Kanye, but Drake has always calculated his shots, and I love his art.
I say with both, with all things considered, with both, I just think, for how much I love Kanye musically, and I hate to have to say this, but this is just me being honest. As much as I love Kanye musically, he hasn't really floored me in, I want to say there was spots on Life of Pablo that I were like, yo, that's decent.
Spots.
But it was like the last time that I really had several records that I liked on a Kanye album, a Kanye solo album, would be My Dark Twisted Beautiful. So it's just like, that's almost a decade ago. I think that came out in 2012. So it's like, I don't
2012.
I don't know if I believe that he still is that musical genius. You can never take the musical genius that he was, but it's just like, I haven't heard it. With Drake, Drake has been nothing but consistent. People forget that Scorpion was a double album and it banged. Like, he didn't have many bad records on that. And he had the biggest record of his career with God's Plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then even though he was out, he still gave us, Care Package. He still was dropping music like of remixes and stuff. So I just feel like Drake is just too calculated. He made us wait too long for this full album. And he hasn't said much. And I feel like, and he's dropping it in October. He's an October baby. So I think
that's why
I feel like he's gonna give us. I feel like he may give us his Thriller. This might be the one for Drake, just because I'm a Drake dude that I be listening to a lot of stuff he says on the intro of it wasn't on the intro. I forgot what song it was that he said it, but he said that he was planning to retire by the time he was 35. No, it wasn't on that. He was like, it's raining city, it's raining city, raining Oklahoma City Thunder. The most successful rapper 35 and under. So yeah, he said that he's gonna retire at the age of 35, and I think he's getting close to that. So I think this is gonna be his shot to hit it out the rafters. And
here's
he
the
might
thing.
give us his biggest joint.
People love and respect humility more than anything. So you got someone like Kanye, and we love Kanye, but also a lot of people don't anymore. But that's someone that he's done so much talking that people are like, yo, I'm judging this. Whereas Drake hasn't said anything.
Exactly.
So when he drops it, it's like, hey, please receive this. And people will be like, I like it, man. I like it a whole lot better than that over there, man.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I feel like you're right, because Kanye has made the hype of his album a little bit too much. And if it doesn't, because I'm not even going to, even that last album that he came out, what was the last album that he came out with, the gospel album?
The gospel album, Jesus is King.
It's just, and I hate to say that about Jesus, because I love him.
I love him.
He's a great guy. But the album was just.
The album was short. And what I mean is, like, the songs. I don't like this new style where rappers and artists in general are making songs and the songs be a minute and a half or 2 minutes.
When did that start?
And you're like, bro, what is this? Like, once the song gets to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it's like, oh man, the song's about to open up now because the beat changed, like I said earlier. And then they stop it. I'm like, do you not realize this is where the song begins?
And see, and that's another thing that I'm thinking too about Kanye has a boatload of features on this album. So can this? It feels very compilation-ish.
I don't like that.
It has, like, I think he has features on every song. Like he has, like Baby, Marilyn
He had a lot of
Manson.
features on My Dark Beautiful Twisted Fantasy, but there were still so many impactful songs.
And see, that's what I think that he used to do before. I feel like Kanye before used to be known for putting whoever was hot at the time on certain records. Like, remember he'd have like Paul Wall on a record, or just whoever was like the person popping at that time. But this time, I think maybe he's doubting himself a little bit. I mean, I want to hear. So listen. So we.
But that's why Graduation was so fire, because he didn't have a lot of features on it.
You know what I think that we should do, and maybe this could be a idea for the first bonus episode.
What?
Maybe after we have digested both albums in their entirety.
Oh, I have no intention of buying Drake's album.
First of all, who buys music? If you have Spotify or
I like
iMusic.
owning my music. I come from the early 2000s where you bought the CD and
So
you
people
owned
can
it.
still buy the CD?
CD, no.
I
But
mean,
I'm talking
people
about,
like, how do you buy it?
you go to iTunes. I got Apple Music as well, but what I'm saying is I like to own the music that I'm listening to. So I'll go back and be like, oh, I like this song. Buy for $1.99 or whatever.
But you
I
do
own
know
it.
how streaming works, though, right?
Go on, don't
You
worry.
can listen to it for paying $20 a month. Do you not do that?
Yes, you can do that. But what about when I say, you know what? I'm done paying this monthly. It's gone. But you
would
know what's
never
not
do
gone?
that. The shit that you own.
The stuff that I own.
Well, shout out to you for buying music. But okay, well, how about this? You don't have to buy it, but you can stream Drake's album. After we both listen to both projects in their entirety, we should at that point really have a deep dive and have a discussion and say who had the better album and career.
Okay. Let's do that next week. That'll be our first bonus episode.
Our first bonus episode, so y'all know that the bonus episode is coming in.
Yeah.
You know I'm a Drake stan. Like, Drake is my number one rapper of all time.
You did a fat Drake parody.
Hey, man, but
You never did a fat Kanye parody. That means you like Drake.
Drake is that guy, and I think he's going to come with his Thriller album. Let's talk about this, though, because we did talk about this individual a few episodes back, and she embarrassed us. Sha'Carri Richardson.
Oh.
So Sha'Carri Richardson was the young lady who was in the Olympics, and she got disqualified for smoking weed. We came to her defense. Well, at least I did. I was like, man, why don't they update the rules?
I mind my business.
You know, so everybody kind of rallied around her. She ended up in a Beats by Dre commercial. Like, everybody was like, yeah, man, we're gonna have your back. So she went to race again so she's out of qualifying for it, but they race all year, and so now she's back in the race. Man, so forget smoking weed. She got smoked on that track field, nigga. She got cooked. That's not why we lost faith in her. She came in dead last. Dead last, she comes in. Then she has like this, almost like this. It's almost like if two boxers fight and then one of them is talking like he beat the other guy up. She had the victory speech, but she came in last. She was like, I'm going to be back. They can't stop me. Shout out to who won. It was just like, ma'am, okay. But that wasn't even, so like the Jamaican girls were walking by her looking at her like, like they were just like over it. So then there were some racist tweets that people were talking crap about the Jamaican team. And then she was found liking these tweets. So then now
looking through likes.
But
now?
that's the new thing to find out what you're on. So she went from getting kicked out of the Olympics for smoking weed to coming in dead blown last and not really taking it, humbly. And then like talking trash about the people who beat her. I'll weigh in on how I feel about this first, and you let me know how you feel.
Go right
I
ahead.
just don't like this. I just don't like, I don't really even, I'm all about having self-confidence in yourself and, but I always say people pay attention to how you lose way more than how you win.
Always.
If you lose, like, how hard it is to train every day, to do all the different things that it does to become an Olympian. You know that you're the 6th fastest woman in the world and you didn't get there because you weren't working hard. Don't disrespect the people because they had a better day than you. Give them their roses, give them their flowers. And then when it goes to people, talking trash and even bringing race into it, like as a black person, like you shouldn't even, that's just ridiculous. Like you're a black woman and you're liking a racist tweet from another version of a black person. Like, that's just goofy to me. I'm kind of off of the Sha'Carri train. Like, I was one of the people kind of rocking for her, like, yo, keep going. They kind of did you wrong. But now I kind of see this. I'm like, eh. So I wasn't a huge fan of it. What was your take on
Here are my thoughts, man.
I mean, I know it's none of your business, but
my thoughts of this, man. I think it's very unfortunate of what happened with this young lady. You know, she's experienced a lot of heavy things for anybody to go through, let alone really a young lady like her. And a lot of times we don't learn poise and we don't learn the things of certain parts of maturity or how to handle being under the spotlight unless you're really in it. Like, you don't learn it until you're in it, and you don't learn a lot of the other things until you start going through life. And I think because of these things happening with her, she's able to learn a couple more things. Is it dope the way she handled it? No. However, I do know that when you lose, people build you up to tear you down. And I know that there were so many people that were behind this young lady, when she went through the initial circumstance, and now they've given up on her and trashed her name and all of these bad things.
am I giving up on her and trashing her name too soon?
I wasn't saying.
I was like, yeah, damn that. Wait, I'm jerks.
But my thing is, I hope that she will recover. I hope she will rebound. I hope she'll learn everything from certain circumstances like this and how to move as an athlete that has so many eyes on them. And there are certain things we got to get past to because people are just young and they make mistakes. Certain things. I'm not behind the racist liking of the tweet because it's like, yo, what are you doing? But as far as her speaking to these cameras, that's the press. If we had not seen her speak about that race, none of us would have known about the race. You know what I mean? They would have just said that she lost or she came in last. And it was such a rush for the media to say, she came in dead last. It's like, why is that important? Are we doing that when other athletes lose a game? They only had 10 points. Like, come on. If we're starting that.
I think that, in fairness, I think because so much was brought because of her getting kicked out, because of the weed, you know what I'm saying? She kind of stood on it like, yeah, I did it, like, da-da-da-da. Like, you know what I'm saying? She
ownership.
took ownership of it. But then it just became such a hoopla of, and it becomes like a race thing, like, oh, are you doing this because she's black and da-da-da-da. And, so people kind of were championing and rallying behind her. But I can say that there is some credence to what you say because maybe I am part of the problem because, I'm looking at this from 3 isolated situations. And like I just said 2 minutes ago, I've kind of hopped off that train. Maybe that is how we are as a society. And I'm part of the problem. So, Sha'Carri, I'm sorry. I didn't like what you did. I thought that it just lacked good sportsmanship. And I just felt like somebody at your level should know. And you wouldn't want nobody kind of taking pot shots at you when you win, because I know that you'll win again and you'll come back and you'll rebound from this. But yes, and as far as the racist, liking the racist tweets thing, like that's something that you should just already know as being a black woman. But I'm pretty sure you got some other, wise black folks in your life that'll probably make sure that doesn't happen again. But this kind of brings
so much stuff happens. I mean, like that.
Because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be part of the problem.
No. I don't think anybody wants to unless there are people who just want to see the world burn. And they will be in the comments. But it's like, you don't really learn. Like, I didn't handle things the way that I handle them now. I had to go through things to understand, oh, that's not cool. Like, I would go to comedy clubs. I remember being in the Comedy Union. Shout out to Enz Mitchell. And there will be a comedian on stage. And I'm like, come on, fam. They trash. You know I'm better than them. Why am I not on stage right now? And he'd be like, whew, you know what I mean? Right. But I'm like, what did I say wrong? Like, I'm from Detroit. This is where we say things like that because we have to fight so hard to get on stage that when I see somebody on stage messing around when somebody's hungry, like this is where we come from. So I had to learn, you know what I mean? That everything doesn't need to be said and everything that you want to say can be said a certain way. But a lot of people don't subscribe to that.
Nah, and and shout out to her. Hopefully she, she figures it out. I mean, I know the Olympics are like a different type of vibe because we don't see them all the time. We only see them once every few 4 years. So hopefully next time we see her, she'll be back. She'll be pop free and she'll be smoking the competition, not smoking the cheaper.
That was petty.
Come on, man. But this almost brings us to our next point, which is a perfect thing. So it was a perfect segue.
Yeah.
So Raphael Saadiq. Okay, so this kind of circles us back to Kanye, right? And I want to I want to actually read what he said so I don't
Go ahead.
misquote him. And the good thing about this is we ain't worried about time because we not in no studio. Okay. All right, so Pete.
Wait,
So,
Biden's not here. Go ahead.
so basically what had happened was how this circles back to Kanye because Raphael Saadiq, matter of fact, personal shout out to Raphael Saadiq. I've met him before. Super cool dude, super humble. And I've always been a fan of his music from Tony to, and just wanted just genuinely good people. You know how you be a fan of people and then you meet them?
Yeah.
He's one of those good ones. So he was at Kanye's show and he posted a picture of himself and Marilyn Manson. Now, a lot of people came for him and canceled him. We were trying to cancel him because he put up a picture with Marilyn Manson, and Marilyn Manson has some allegations, some allegations against him. I don't even know what they are exactly, so I won't even say what it is. But he has some allegations against him from some people. He hasn't been convicted of anything, but he has some allegations against him. So people like started coming for Raphael Saadiq and all this different stuff. So he put up this post, and it was very, very interesting. I wanted to see what you thought about this. He said, and I quote, and he had the picture of him and Marilyn Manson. He said, "I'm taking this post down today. I wasn't aware of his allegations, so please forgive the post. I wouldn't want to offend anyone who's been abused. But I want to say this. Most of the people whom I've never seen on this page, I'm a very positive brother who only posts love and positive music. But you motherfuckers don't ring my bell for positive posts. I guess that's why negative-ish is so popular. Y'all sit around and wait for ish like this. My post, hold on one second. Hold on. My posts and views are very low numbers, and I like it like that. But as soon as something y'all don't like, millions of new people hit the page. Y'all should try to ring my bell for all the positive things. Click on a good song or a beautiful positive waterfall or mountains. But y'all go straight crickets for God's creative nature. Who's really the devil? It might be you. Donda, forgive all typos. And I messed up on one of his typos. So what are your thoughts about that? So, because we've said many times on our podcast that you and I as entertainers can sometimes look to just negativity in the comments. But now we see people on the other side do the same. What are your thoughts?
Here's the thing, man. Nobody is above having a bad day or being negatively influenced. Unfortunately, there are people hurt people. There are people that are going through it and want you to go through it. So if they're having a bad day, they'll go to your picture. I don't like your beard. Oh my God. Oh, round face boy. Oh, round face boy.
Oh, round face boy.
You know what I'm saying? So nobody's above seeing these things, and it's always why it's more important to focus on the positive. But like this brother said, all he does is post positivity and crickets. But the minute something salacious happens where you see me pictured with somebody that you don't like, now all of this hate comes in. But where's this energy when I'm talking about things that we actually need to change instead of being concerned with who I take a picture with? If I take a picture with a celebrity and then it comes out 10 months later that this celebrity's murdered 30,000 people, then it's like, ah, man, this is interesting. I couldn't have known that 10 months ago, fam.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And don't always assume that people know what's going on. A lot of people unplug. I stay in the house. You got to tell me what's going on. I don't watch the news. I'd literally just be on IG looking at dog videos, bro. So I consume what I want to be consumed in my body and in my mind. I don't want to consume negativity. And there are so many more people that consume negativity that want to spew it. And you wonder why you're always mad, sick, depressed, sad, and always getting into it with somebody. It's because your life isn't where you want it to be because you're only focused on negativity.
Ooh,
and drama.
Some bars right there, man. I definitely agree with that too. I mean, I know that I'm a victim of it sometimes. I'm actually starting to be better at it. Like I had took some time and just stayed out of the comments, but now I be actually happy when I see the positive comments and I just delete the bad ones. Or I don't
leave them. If it get too bad, I hate Block City. You ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way.
But it's just wild that he said that millions of people that had never been to his. So just think about how negativity is almost like a cancer.
It is.
Think about that, because if he is saying millions of people, so he's saying millions of people who have never been to his page. So that means that first it has to start with hundreds. So, but first it has to start with that one person who's seen the picture and just puts that out into and then people are just waiting for negative. What? And it's people that are at their jobs or wherever they're at, are just mad at whatever. And now they can put all their energy into something that they know nothing about. Just, now I can kind of, like that was just wild. Like when that stuff happened with the baby and people were so happy that he was getting canceled. I was just like, why would anybody rejoice in someone not being able to take care of their,
because
make money?
they aren't happy within their lives. I'll give you this. I made a post months ago and my thing was, oh man, I wonder how many stupid people we're going to get. Probably 30, you know what I mean? And it's going to be funny. It's going to be great. I posted a meme. It wasn't a meme. It was a picture that said, I am 100% for mandatory vacations. Right?
Oh, is that what that thing said? Because everybody was, I kind of seen that. It said vacations?
It said vacations.
And people thought it said vaccines?
Yes, people thought it said vaccinations. So, one, because a lot of people can't spell, the ignorance of the public school system. Two, that public school system is failing.
I feel so dumb because I seen that post so many times. I was like, why is everybody pushing the vaccine?
I'm so glad you said that. So when you're reading things, you have to read. Like sometimes a lot of people, like what you just said, they'll go into something, read it one time really quickly because it's an optical illusion. If you read too fast, it's kind of like when you see Further Mucka. Mm-hmm. If you read Further Mucka on a shirt, you'll think that it said the other word.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, he didn't say that, right? Mm-hmm. So vaccinations and vacations are spelled completely different. And when I saw the comments on the post that I made months ago, everybody, like if there were 1,000 comments, 800 people were like, man, you just lost a follower. Oh, you a clown.
Wait, you lost followers because of that?
I lost idiots. No, anyway, those are people that are never a loss. So they're like, oh, you a clown. Oh, you part of the agenda. I see they got you too. Wow. Oh, you Illuminati. And for the first 30, because I was expecting 30.
Right. You knew it was going to be 30 idiots.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I commented back. I said, read it again. And out of the, let's say, 30 people that I was responding to at the time, 20 of them was like, okay, you got me. And then the other 10, I did read it. I read it twice. And that's the part of the problem. You don't da-da-da. And I'm like, fam, you didn't read it. This is still your stance. It says vacations. Then they stop. And then you get another person that's like
who gets mad at time off work?
Then you get the people that can't take the L. Right?
They got to double down.
Like, hey fam, it says vacations. No, I read it. I'm just saying I don't want no time off. I like making this money. It's like
now you're just an idiot.
All right. You can't just take the L. So people, and I saw this on Charlemagne's page. I saw it on other people's pages. Like it's getting reposted a lot. Right. But people don't read. And if that does anything, people don't read. So when you see the headline of said celebrity or someone in the news, you immediately react to what the headline said as opposed to what the story did. Mm-hmm. I made a habit of every time I would read an article about something salacious, I would scroll to the very bottom of the page. And I'm going to tell you why. Because so many of these are parody articles.
Yes.
A lot of this isn't even real.
I've almost gotten caught with that. And almost like went and tweeted like, did y'all? And then seeing
did y'all know?
And you go out there looking crazy. I think that
Will Smith don't like apples. What? See, I knew he didn't like apples. I was watching Fresh Prince. I ain't never seen him eat no apples. Like, oh my God.
I'm glad somebody else finally noticed it. But no, I think that I think that just it goes to show where we are in the world, and that just is why I love doing this podcast. I love doing stand-up because we need more positivity. We need more things to just make us not take ourselves so seriously and just stop all this judging and BS because I see a lot of stuff. That's why sometimes you talk about like with the unplug. Like sometimes I do that. Sometimes and unwisely because I'm and I can't do it as much anymore because Kiara lives here full time now, and then plus I might get a call. Like I like to just turn my phone off sometimes.
That's ignorant.
Well, I know. I just don't like being bothered sometimes. Like sometimes, like I feel like there's too much because I'm too plugged into everything. So for instance, if I'm trying to put up content at least several times a week. Or if I'm just trying to get a gauge of what the good things to talk about in different content, I'm going on Instagram. I'm going on different things on the internet. And literally, like, I've seen people get killed on the internet. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just too much negative energy. And then a lot of times, like, there'll be people I don't want to talk to that will call me, and I don't just be wanting to talk. So a lot of times I just will cut my phone off, but I can't do that. But sometimes cutting back from the social media because of negativity, I
Yeah,
have
you can
to
definitely
think
cut back to social media. I'll tell you that when that movie happened, you were the first person I thought about because I was like, he would have had his phone off.
yeah,
You would have your phone off, and be like, I didn't feel like talking to nobody today. Like,
would have missed the whole movie.
you missed a movie. Oh yeah.
But no, but that's
It'll be
that's
another
why I'm trying to get better with the phone thing. But I do be unplugging from. I have been debating on just getting off of Instagram.
So anyway,
This has been another.
it's-
I'll just because it's not always good for my mental health. Seriously, I know that maybe I'm a different type of individual. Maybe I take things differently than other people. Maybe I'm way more sensitive than other people. But sometimes going on Instagram, I see things that I don't want to see. I see people I don't want to see, and I don't know. So I've been going back and forth on it, but I don't know because I still need it as a vehicle for the career.
what is your alternative solution? Like, what are things that bring you joy to your mental health?
Hanging with my daughter, hanging with you, hanging with friends.
But see, you hang with me isn't good for my mental health.
Nigga.
What if that was
Jesus.
said
I was like,
that?
yeah.
hanging with your daughter, hanging with me, hanging with who else?
Doing music. I'm about to start getting back into me, like making beats. Yeah, working out really helps. That's why I should do it more. Yeah, those things.
Hey man, if the solution for you not being on social media or things that aren't good for your mental health, the solution is always the things that are good for your mental health.
Right.
So I only delve into things that make me feel better and make me feel
What are some
good.
of the things that make you feel good?
Oh my God. Number one, hanging with Tandrea.
Mm-hmm.
She is a delight. But beyond that, being on Twitch with the squad, playing the video game with a lot of my new friends, playing like streaming because I get a chance to meet people that come in and it's genuine love there. Like Twitch, I'm never doing a commercial for Twitch, but it's like, and what I mean is I'm not like, hey, please go follow me on Twitch. It's not that. Twitch is the only place that gives me unadulterated positivity. Like when people come in there, they're in great moods. We playing the game. You read some of the comments. Oh, I didn't know you streamed. Oh, what's this game? Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, this reminds me of when I was like a kid. And it's like, oh, wow. Like
You just hanging with your homies.
you know what it feels like?
What's that?
Every time I stream and I'm talking to the people and I'm reading their things that like they're about their lives, it feels like you're a kid again, where you go to the playground and you find out the other kids have similar interests and everybody's just having fun. And then the end of the stream always feels like everybody's mom came to pick them up.
Like, all right,
Like,
man.
all right.
All right, Leroy.
Leroy.
I think I need to do that. I know I'm not super huge into video games, but maybe I could freestyle and rap and stuff.
You could do anything you want on Twitch.
I think I'm gonna make a second because you seem to it just seems to be the bee's knees for you.
Bro, it's so fun. It's like, when I'm telling you relaxing, I'll be like, I'm about to go stream. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
just go chill and just.
everything else feels like work. Streaming feels like fun because it's like these people are me and we all need a release. You know what I'm saying? We all need the positive energy. And like I said, man, a lot of them have become true friends and family.
All right, man. I think I'm gonna definitely try to get into that because I definitely wanted to. I told myself I want to get back in. I told myself I want to learn how to play piano. That's something I've always wanted to do, and I feel like it's just therapeutic. For music is always therapeutic for me. So
Yeah.
I think I'll do that. Maybe I'll make that my thing. I'll start like making beats on Twitch in front of people.
How you gonna make them?
On my keyboard. I have all the stuff in my house.
You missed it. Okay, you're perfect lob. I was like, how you make it? You were like, ding, ding, ding. And I was like, oh, how you gonna do it? And you're like, on my keyboard. I'm like, all right. You guys gotten aggressive.
My bad. But listen though, I have said this probably on 14 episodes now,
Yeah.
but I mean it on this episode.
Okay.
I meant it on those episodes, but I mean it more on this episode.
Okay.
This has been my favorite episode because the first time we're doing it here, like this seems like so much more of a sustainable. He was like, nigga, you was 3 weeks away from being told this is over.
Listen, man. It was like, it was good to get out the house, but it was like the place, I don't like waiting, bro.
Right.
So it was like they would take forever to send us our stuff. And then we found Rashad, he was fire. Before him, we had Swole Cole. and they both left the company. And it was like, damn. And then the new person we had never sent it when he said he sent it.
But see, this is what I will say. Good things come from when pressure busts pipes, because we came to this point when we were having, one of our tense conversations.
Yeah.
And then we were like, thinking of what direction we wanted to take it. You had some ideas, I had some ideas. But what what came out of that conversation was, nah, bro, we independent. We need to do this ourselves. So that even opened the conversation for us to be like, well, how difficult would it be for us to do this? So please, y'all let us know. Let us know the quality. You guys like it? Do you guys like the setup? Like CT, and let me give you your flowers on this real quick, and we ain't even got to rush because, we're doing our own thing. But you really went out and did your thing. Like, you went and got these great mics. You went there. Y'all can't see this, but he has some lights, these things, this whole setup. I can't take credit for any of this. So shout out to you for getting in producer mode and getting us going, man. So that's hopefully the people out there like it. The donation, Team CT all day. And now that we have this set up, I think that I just have a good feeling. Like, it was already good before, but I feel like it's only going to get better.
And it's only going to get better. Like, that's a fact. It's only going to get better because we learning the more we do stuff on our own, man. That's the only way that you can learn. Trial and error. Exactly. As you've seen this pillow on my lap all day was to mentally prepare you to see my logos, go to the shop, get you something.
Come on, man. That was smart. Come on, man.
You do it without selling them. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Well, hey.
And it was like, but if they're looking at it,
I might have to copy one of those, man. That is kind of fire. And I was
all
raised
colors
by 90s TV.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy about you saying that? The other day when I talked to you.
What I did now.
We were talking, and I was singing the Keenan and Kel theme song on the stream on Twitch, and you were like, and I was like, you don't know the words.
I did.
Tony texted me, and she was like, his old ass don't know about Keenan and Kel.
I never really seen the Keenan and Kel.
What were you watching?
I never seen Good Burger the movie. Why don't you do that on your CT Cinema one day, and I'll pop in and watch it with you and the gang?
You're not gonna pop in.
I'll pop in. I literally just proposed the idea. When do you do those? On Sundays? Sundays?
Sunday?
Or do you do it on Tuesdays?
I do it some Saturdays. We just watched Ace Ventura in my Discord yesterday.
So how about this Saturday we watch Good Burger, and I'm in there like swimwear.
I'll put it to a vote in the chat.
And y'all let us know in the votes on CT's thing. And all of y'all should be joining. If all of you guys that are watching the Justice League podcast, if you're not signed up for the Twitch, where can they go find that at?
Oh, man, the same description that's under this video. Just click where it says show more, and that'll give you.
It'll put you right there.
The link tree.
I have been Doughboy.
Team CT all day. You already know CT is dope.
Come on, man. See you at the next one.
Just Us League. Just episode 30.
30, man. Let's get to 100.
Oh,
Great stuff, man.
I wait to record the whole thing.
Please don't go over there and say that it cut off 45 minutes ago.